Hi guys, this is Prathy Kamasani and I'm back talking about another agentic development I've been working on recently. So there's a bit of story behind this solution. A year ago, I started my solopreneur journey, and as any other millennial, I created a new website, which is Data Nova. But I have been blogging on my old website, Prathy.com, for a long time, and there's quite a bit of blogs and things I care about on this old website. But I wanted to bring all the content into one place, which into Data Nova. And Data Nova, it was on a Wix, and Wix had this little tool which could import all the WordPress blogs into Wix. So I used that tool. It imported all my old blogs. But however, this import mechanism, it ignored tags, it ignored categories, the whole overall blog itself, it was like a not readable. The code was not formatted. It was just not good. But I didn't get time to go back and update each of the blog post. And also it missed like a featured images. There were so many things which were wrong with this import. But however, long story short, recently when I started working with these kind of agentic developments, like when I'm exploring these agentic developments, I thought like, how about I actually use Wix API, create some sort of solution like an MCP where I could communicate with my MCP, and as part of this, it goes and checks each of those blogs and it intelligently assigns the categories and tags and even if there are any grammatical mistakes. I mean, like I come from India. English was not my first language. I learned English like very late in my life. And also I never learned grammar. I more learned while talking. So anyway, so I wanted this tool to go back and read all these blogs, do all sorts of these kind of things, categories, tags, featured image, grammatical mistakes, and all sorts of those things, and update each of those blogs. And it actually works. Let's see what I've done. So this is my VS Code, and I'm using the Claude code in my VS Code, and you could see I have a lot of solutions here. That's a very bad rectangle. Let's try again. So this is my solution explorer, and as you could see, there is a lot happening. There is a lot of junk in there as well. I think I should clean up this solution, but anyway. Um, so what I can do with this solution is, let's first go and look at my blog posts. So if you look at these blog posts, these are like some new ones, and you could see this has nice tags and categories applied. There are featured images and stuff. But if I scroll down and look at my old ones, you could see most of them, there are no categories and tags, some of them missing the featured images. Even if there are some featured images, they are not like good featured images. So what I wanted to do is I want to go and work on one of these blog posts, or actually the solution itself is it goes on works on all the blog posts. But as part of this video, let's go and work on one of the blog posts and see what we can do. So we're going to work on this one. So if I look at this blog post, this is how it looks. As you can see, there is no formatting happened. If I actually look for this old blog post on my old website, it has better formatting. It's a small blog post, but it's at least it's a bit more readable compared to this one. So I want to go and work on this blog post by using my solution. So let's say this blog post. Actually, what I also have as part of this is I have this algorithm. So if I just show the full preview, I think having something like this as part of any agentic development really makes it easy, because any Claude code, I mean, at least things what I've been working on, it is so easy to go and make mistakes. But if you actually tell it, like these are the steps that you need to go and do it, it does better job than you just randomly saying things. So going back to my VS Code, let's work on the chat. So it's going to ask me to execute some commands. So you could see over here, it says this has one code block that needs formatting, and it's going to go and get that code block for me to verify. If you could see here, it recognized it as a DAX code, and it also formatted it. So if I compare back here, you could see this is the code that's been formatting. And when I compare this to the formatted code, it makes so much more sense. So now, because I'm happy with this, I'm going to approve the code formatting. I think once I trust this whole solution more, I don't have to approve each step. But right now, I don't trust it enough. So that's why I like having that control. Like instead of it going and updating all the blog posts, I actually go blog by blog and it approves each step for me. So at this step, this is the summary it has given me. Like, what are the grammatical stuff are there, what kind of transformations it's doing, and also it's talking about the meta description and the featured image. So the thing it's saying is based upon the size, it says the featured image is not good enough. Do you want me to upgrade it to put a good featured image? And the next thing is it's also saying like which background image you want to create. So when it comes to the featured image, I could actually probably use another tool or something to go and create some like a futuristic AI images, but I wanted it to be pretty simple. So what I did is I actually added a few images in this background folder. So there are quite a few images in there. And I could tell whatever the background I want. So in this case, I could say, okay, let's use 12. And it will go use the title as a foreground and use this image as the background for this blog post. So it also creates that feature image and then shows it to me. So this is the featured image it created, and it adds a little Prathy Kamasani underneath because I asked it. So I'm happy with the featured image. It showed me the featured image, and then I approve the featured image. I'm happy with it. Then it goes and updates my Wix post. So it never goes and publish anything. It only creates a draft. I do have to manually go and publish my post. I think which is good because I don't want it to go and make some random choices and go and publish it. I don't actually think there is an API to be able to go and publish. But anyway, that's not something I wanted to do as part of the solution. Because I'm running it as part of the CLI instead of using the Claude desktop, that's why I could see what's happening. I actually like it because it makes me feel like I have more control on what's happening because this is my website where things are happening. So at least looking at those things, it makes me feel that I have a bit of control. So if I just scroll down and see, this is the final summary it has created. So this is the post we worked on. This is the code, it's formatted. This is the code, content updated, added 2 images, updated the alt text, SEO optimized, featured image, and so on. So if I go back to my website, and this is the post that we were working on, where is it? I think it was something to do with dynamic. There's a lot of dynamics. Let's copy this over. Okay, this is the post that I was working on. And you can see here that there are unpublished changes on it. And you could also see my image hasn't been updated. And there are no categories and tags has been updated on that one. However, if I actually go and click on that blog post, it has been updated because the previous window, it was showing how it looks in the published version, but this is the draft version in here. So there are quite a few. It's formatted beautifully the way I wanted it. And also if I go to my settings, I could see the new image has been updated, and I can also see the categories has been updated, and so does tags. It added except, which is I wanted as part of for the SEO things and stuff. So now I am not checking the every possible thing, but I kind of try. It's better than how it was. So I could go and I publish it and on to next one. That's it. I think recently somebody asked me, like, I use ChatGPT, I use Copilot as part of my work with the, usual chat kind of bits. But I just don't understand how I could use this kind of agentic AI development as part of my day-to-day work, how I could explore it or how I could learn it. I honestly don't know what is the learning element of it. I'm sure there must be a very, like a real AI geniuses probably have a path for it. But when you ask me, I think these are kind of solutions which are really good to go and explore what you can do with this kind of agentic development and find a use case that is more relatable to you and start creating something. And it's actually, at the end of the day, it's useful for you and also you're learning and exploring something. So it's working on my next blog post. Do check out my blog, and hopefully by the time you check it out, all the blogs will be updated. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.